Hey everyone, welcome to this video all about nonfiction. Now, when a lot of people think of nonfiction, you might think, oh, that's kind of boring or that's too school-like or whatever maybe pops in your head when you hear nonfiction. But guess what? Usborne makes nonfiction so fun. And you may not know this, but you will quickly once you learn more about Usborne. But Usborne has the best nonfiction in the industry, hands down. I can't tell you how many parents come up to me at book fairs and tell me this is the best nonfiction I've ever seen. So I'm really excited to share with you just a small portion of what we have to offer. So starting from the time your little ones are toddlers, we can start getting them interested in nonfiction. So this is a really fun series, the Peek Inside series. This one's the dinosaurs, but there's garden, there's farms, there's lots of cute little things that your toddlers will like. But it has some fun flaps that my son loves. Like, he loves every time he gets to do this and this honk, stuff like that. So lots of colors and lots of great information to get them interested in nonfiction. Then you can start moving up into the Look Inside series. There's space and mummies and pyramids, castles, lots of fun things. But there's lots of flaps in these in the Look Inside books. And some of the flaps even have flaps within flaps. And if you didn't know this, there's actually been some studies that flaps actually help us remember things easier. With something about this coordination with our hands and our eyes. When we are doing that, especially for children, you retain more knowledge. After the Look Inside series, there's for even older kids, like once they start hitting like 8, 9, there's the See Inside series. I don't have one with me, but there's one about the body. There's some about famous cities, palaces, stuff like that. Super cool. The big books are also really great for your younger ones. There's Big Book of Animals, Sea Creatures, Rockets and Spacecraft. There's these big fold-out pages, which are super cool, that all of the big books have. These have super durable pages. My son has got peanut butter on these, and I've just wiped it off, and we're good to go. But that's another great one. We also have like the Lift the Flap questions and answers. This one's about animals. We have ones about your body, about the world, things like that. Then once they're able to start reading their own a little bit more, we have these cute little books about certain subjects. There's so many titles within these books. There's firefighters and volcanoes and weather, and the great thing is that there's little bite-sized chunks of information amongst lots of pictures and illustrations, and even in the back of these books there's even like a glossary and some websites to visit that are safe to go to. So it's a great resource for once they're starting to read on their own, they can feel confident. This is one of my favorite nonfiction books that we have, the Book of Famous Paintings. There's also famous artists, but it's really great because it goes through some of the famous paintings that we know and that we love, and just gives you information on them, stuff that I never even knew myself. So I really love this. It's a great coffee book table as well. There's this one, The Complete Book of the Human Body. As you can see, Usborne just puts lots of illustrations, lots of pictures, so that you can get a great idea of what is actually happening. Let's see. We also have, if you haven't seen our encyclopedias, they're phenomenal. We have like first encyclopedias for your younger kids, and then this is definitely more for your middle school and high school. But this one's geography, there's science, world history, the ancient world. And the great thing about our nonfiction books is that there's also a website that you can go to that is in the front of this book that Usborne provides for you. And so that way, if you want to learn more about a certain subject, you just go to that website, type in the book that you're reading and the subject you want to learn more about, and they will, websites that are totally safe will pop up. So it's way better than a Google search. Also within these books, there will be some stars by some of the pictures. So there's like, see how there's a star right here by this wheat plant? So if there's a star by it, you are able to go to the Usborne website and get that picture and print it right out for a report or a science fair board or whatever. I love this book. This one's Romans. We have one about the Greeks. But again, lots of illustrations. So it's really fun to look at. These aren't definitely like your typical encyclopedia or nonfiction books where it's just a ton of white paper and a lot of words, so it gets really overwhelming. Last thing I want to show you are illustrated dictionaries. This one's Illustrated Dictionary of Math. There's for first math, elementary math, and then this math one. There's also dictionaries for the sciences as well. But take a look at this. Like, what math book do you know looks like this? Lots of colors. And a couple of parents have told me that once they've bought this book that they were so grateful because they were able to help their kids when they brought home homework that they didn't know anything about anymore. So this one's definitely a great resource to have in your home. And it also has websites to go to for more practice and more information if the book isn't enough, you need some more. So that's just a small snippet of the awesome nonfiction that Usborne has. If you have a certain subject that your child is into, whether it's sharks or whales or spying or helicopters or, whatever it might be, can you tell I have boys because I'm not thinking of like the more girly type stuff. But if you have a child that's interested in a certain subject, Usborne most likely has a book on that subject or something very similar. There's so much nonfiction, so make sure you check it out. And if you have any questions, let me know and I'll help you find the perfect book.